Welcome everyone to Limitless DxT coverage of Super Sunday Racing here at LFR for round 2, the Spanish Grand Prix. We're here with 16 drivers tonight, and I'm not with Justin tonight, I'm with a newbie, the man himself, aka Big Weir, Jason. How are you doing, mate?
Not too bad, not too bad. First time commentating, so this is going to be interesting. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, I've roped Jason into this tonight, and it is going to be interesting. Spain's not usually something to scream and shout about, but we'll have to see what happens. I think we've got Apex coming out. There's a lot of dust on the pit exit there. That was a bit strange. You can see that. So he's the first man out on the circuit. I'm just waiting for other drivers to come out. Of course, the standard 18-minute short qualifying session, and we're into the 50%. Looking like it's bright sunshine for qualifying. See what it's like in the race. As you see,
a couple of guys coming out here.
Senna is retired from the session. Not sure if he had a quali ban or not.
I don't think so, from memory. Have to say, slightly quieter than I was expecting.
It is a little bit. That may mean it might be in mixed conditions. That probably is why, actually. That's going to be my bet. There's going to be wet weather or mixed conditions in the race, because people are taking, what, 2 minutes to come out? That's probably about the amount of time you spend on your setup.
Pretty much, yeah. I hope it is mixed conditions for the race, because obviously it makes it a lot more exciting. But a lot of guys running the mediums, though, if they're expecting mixed conditions, you'd think to see more soft runners, but...
Yeah, I would say so as well. We've got Apex, Jace, who's just about to start his lap now, the first man to set a lap. Let's see how he does down towards turn 1. Really complex track, this one, with turns 1, 2 and 3 being really difficult to manage, especially turn 2. You don't really want to touch the apex of turn 2, the curve anyway, as it will send you somewhere you really don't want to be. As we go down towards turn 4 now, and he's got a car on the inside of the Aston Martin. He gets nicely out of the way into the hairpin of turn 5. You want to get a good exit here down towards the chicane of 6 and 7, or 7 and 8, sorry, with the kink of 6 there. He may have invalidated there, I think he did.
Oh, yeah, thought so. That's going to be frustrating. That's going to be frustrating.
Definitely is. As that's one run gone. Don't know if you can have enough fuel to go again, potentially. Got Anthony on a medium run here in the Williams, but he has already invalidated his lap, actually.
I think that's going to be a problem here. You know, we talk so much in this game about the curves and how we want to avoid them at all costs, but really on this track, it's kind of hard to avoid them without losing a lot of time. So I think we could have a lot of incidents here. Oh, Sam Pancake.
17 dead, 17.051 to be precise. We haven't had anyone cross the line yet. Maybe a McLaren who is actually, sorry, just about to start, is that? Just had a Mercedes across the timing line now of Apex. I think he's going again, he is.
Sector 1, someone's off.
Yeah, it was just a car getting out of the way there. A bit of a sketchy place to be trying to get out of the way. It wasn't Amir, so it was his teammate. It was Killer. Causing a spot of bother there. We've got yellow flags at turn 5 as well. There's a lot of traffic building up around that section of the track. They got a Red Bull on the inside, got a McLaren and an Alpha Tauri behind him of Booty, I think. There's a huge amount of traffic, and there's a lot of traffic in the final few corners as well.
I think Boozy may be getting a bit of a toe here off footage.
Just let him go now. It's sort of all bottlenecking in the final sector at the minute. And they're trying
Oh,
to
there's a good lap from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Bugs has gone up into the top spot there, and Apex has just tried to challenge him, but not breached the 1 minute 15 mark with 16.1, 15.7 for Bugs Bunny. So he's got 4/10 in his pocket, just over 4/10 in his pocket. So it's a Mercedes 2-3 at the moment, which isn't far for the constructors.
One thing to note is we have a driver who hasn't come out of the pits yet. Jake Saber's sat in the pits the whole time. I don't know whether he's saving or what his plan is. He maybe going to try a quali run on the mediums.
Not too sure. I think he did that last week. He just sort of waited to the very end. It might be a tactic.
Oh, someone's round. Keller's round, turn 2. Into the wall. That could be some rear wing damage.
Fortunately, I think it fixes pretty much instantly on this game. He's got no traffic to worry about. You've still got a bit of a hold up in sector 3. The Mercedes there, got the Alpine coming up behind by the looks of things. These colours, mate, they throw me off all the time. They're so close to the blues. Every time I think it's a Williams, it's a... Oh, we've got an Alpha, is it a Haas? A Haas is out, it's Tick, who is out of this session. And that's the two Haasses who are going to be starting from the back of the grid unless Jake Saber doesn't set a lap time. It's not very good for the Haas team. They're not doing very well in the current season. Either got a Red Bull with a yellow flag down. He's just slowing down. Chris has set a lap over 16.4. Dr. Wolfgang puts him in 6th place. Got to talk about Anthony actually on the medium tyres in 4th place. He's in a pretty good position there.
Pretty good time as well. 1:16.1. That's 1:16.3. Sorry, that's pretty good for the medium. I don't know what to expect really from Pole here. Probably a mid 1:15. Because they're not obviously going to start pushing until their last laps for fear of, you know, taking themselves out of the session.
Yeah,
quiet
I agree.
On track though.
It is very quiet on track. I have to admit, I don't think there's anyone setting laps at the moment. Is that Beasley potentially on a lap?
Magunner, Dr. Wolfgang seems to be on an in lap. Magunner's on an out lap.
It is certainly all quiet on the western front at the minute. Amaguna is on an out lap as well, and the Aston Martin not yet to set a time, as well as Nembilic, who we have seen out on the circuit, but obviously potentially just bailed out or invalidated his lap time in his first run. We've got 9 minutes and 45 seconds to go. With my voice going already, that's not good.
Still no action from the AlphaTauri garage. Jake Sabers, I'm not sure what his strategy is, but I get the feeling he's got something tucked up his sleeve.
It's really intriguing you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, we do have a... Go on.
Learning from other drivers, this is a great opportunity, so...
It is good for that, I have to admit. I've kept that one quiet, but it is good. You get a bit of a perspective. You've got to have a good memory as well, or we can just look back at the stream, I suppose, but, you know, when we go to Spain. I can't remember when you go to Spain, sort of second half of the season.
I think it's quite late into the season, but I'm looking forward to it. I do like Spain as a track. It's very fast, and then last sector is so technical. If you get it right, it's a great lap, but if you get it wrong, it could ruin everything. I think Super Hammond's about to go on a lap.
Super Hammond is the only reserve tonight for the Mercedes team, and I said just like to start his lap, or just started his lap now, and goes into turn 1. That curb on the entry into turn 1 there, I was doing time trial here the other day, and there's a little speed bump there, and it absolutely sent me flying into the wall straight on. I just took too much curb on the outside.
Spit you out.
Yeah, and now I'm dead scared of it.
Oh, yellow flag sector 1, someone by maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Ferrari, by the looks of things, just getting out of the way. Oh, of course, yeah, we have got one new driver in Sunday night now, or Super Sunday, so I'm still going to have to get used to that. Just got it programmed in with my brain. yeah, Ferrari of Kenjas in the, oh, sorry, I can say it again, in the Ferrari for the first time. Child him earlier on, and we'll let him know he's actually on the thumbnail tonight that I made earlier on. So there's a little thing for him. But yeah, he's a little homage already with a wheel on the middle of the circuit.
What was that?
That is, I think that's leftovers from the Haas that they forgot to pick up. Was it a Haas? Yeah, it was a Haas, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Tick. Jake Saber's still in the pits. I'm curious.
It is interesting, isn't it?
I think he wants tyre choice.
Maybe we'll just have to wait and see. It is hard to overtake here, mind.
That's another point, yeah.
So we just need Ken going on to his second lap, I presume, with his first lap of a 17.8. Nemvidic is also on a lap. We said Jake Saber is the only one not to set a lap time, apart from the two Hasses who have been who have DNF'd from this qualifying session. We're just waiting to see what Jake can do. Nemvidic is coming across the line now on the medium tyres. Goes 12th of 5. So he really needs to make a bit of a better improvement for his final run. He does have enough time. We'll see what Ken Jazz has got as he goes wide. He doesn't invalidate, but he did compromise his exit there through turn 9. Just see what you can do now. See what you can do in the final few corners. Sorry, actually, this never happened.
The voice is gone.
This never happened.
Oh, Bird Box with a flyer.
15.3. We got up towards Jason's predictions there of the mid 15. See if anyone can beat it. None of the top, other in the top 4, are out on outlaps at the minute. We got Anthony on an outlap, just going past that stranded tyre in the middle of the circuit. Nice little glitch from EA there.
I think there could be a couple of jump abouts yet. There's a couple of fast guys in the middle there I know can do a better lap. Amaguner's been quick in the past. Super Hammond has qualified well in every race. You know, I've never raced with Lucas, but I'm told he's pretty quick. I think there could be a couple of chops and changes yet.
So
I think we have Anthony going on a hot lap. See what he can do.
I'll have to wait and see. We've got Dr. Wolfgang just about to start a lap. Oh no, just ending a lap, sorry. Goes up to 5th place with 16.1 now. Very, very close to apex there. There's 3 drivers in those 16.1s.
Has he time for another run? I think he does. It's going to be tight, but Jake Saber still in the pit box.
It's strange. If he's going to come out, he's going to have to come out in the next couple of minutes. He might be just planning to do one run on the mediums.
Well,
and wait
as
till
long
the
as he
track's
puts a
ramped
lap
up as
in,
much as possible.
Yeah, like as long as he puts a lap in, he's going to be at least, worst case scenario, 14th. Because the other guys are out. Because he hasn't put a lap in, he's currently sitting 16th.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I suppose time will tell. There's only 3 minutes left of the session, so...
Literally, it will tell in about 30 seconds or so, be my guess. Maybe just up to a minute at most, but then it's going to be a bit too late. We're going to see a lot of drivers now coming out on that outlaps. I think we're going to see a bit of a scurry of drivers. We see Cam just about to start his lap. Welcome everyone who just joined in the stream now. We've got about 3 minutes to go in this session, so Cam has just started his final lap. in the Ferrari is the debutant tonight, the only man that is the debutant tonight, and just a few drivers missing from this session. If you do want to join the meeting you're watching, just let us know in the comments and we'll give you the Discord link as well. We've got Ken just coming around turn 5 and I think of turn 6 here, not really a corner. It's turns 7 and 8 at yellow flags.
Look who's on an out lap. Look who's on an out lap.
Yeah,
Mr. Jake Sabers finally showed himself.
But of course, it's a one shot for him now, of course.
No room for error at this point.
Which is very high risk, but is it going to be high rewarding for him? We'll have to see. Obviously the track will be at its very best now.
Oh, someone's off. Hammond's come off in the back DRS bit. I think he's lost it coming out of turn 9 by the looks.
He's just trying to make sure he gets out of the way of other drivers, because a lot of drivers are now on out laps and on qualifying laps, so the track is getting a little busy. Senna, formerly known as Umbra, is just commented saying, how are we doing? I don't know if it was us or everyone else, but we're doing alright. Where is Senna actually?
He DNF'd.
Oh, he's out. He's DNF'd, of course. Yeah, so he's got a lot of work to do. Seeing Super Hammond running on the MotoGP circuit there on the outside of turn 10, making sure not to get in the way of some drivers. I think the track is very busy now. We've got yellow flags flashing up in sector 3 with traffic building up, with people finishing and starting their laps.
Super Hammond's in. He's done.
I tell you what, we'll ride on with Jake Saber for his lap, or for the majority of his lap, as we're going to see some times coming in now, and he's just coming up towards turn 9, the almost flat out corner now. It used to be flat out, but I don't think it really is anymore, unless you've got something big in the cockpit. But honestly, I don't think it really is. I don't think it's realistically flat now, should we say. With him coming into the final few corners on the medium tyres. The only man who's going to be setting a lap on the medium tyres. He hasn't backed out of it, so he's going for it. And he's going to finish his time. He's going to at least pull in 14th. Go second on the medium tyres, challenging Bugs Bunny. We have got drivers who are still on laps, including Bugs Bunny, who's looking promising for the line. And Apex snatches the front row, goes second fastest there. Lucas is also on a lap, almost loses it at turn 9, keeps it stable, and he's now the only man with Bugs Bunny who are on laps, who will stay with the Alpine driver as he comes down towards turn 13 and 14 chicane here, the really nasty bit of this Catalunya circuit, as he comes around the final corner of turn 16. Goes faster again, 15.1, just waiting for Lucas now, who's invalidated and abandoned his time, so that will be the end of qualifying. Well, that was an interesting end. Jake Saber is in 4th place on those medium tyres on the second row of the grid. He's just got to watch out for his start, Jason, on those medium tyres. Might get a bit swarmed.
Yeah, there's a little, I think everyone else is on the softs from what I can tell.
Yeah, they are.
So it's going to be hard. One can get a bit hairy, especially at the start of the race. Rain, I don't think there will be, considering Jake Sabers decided to qualify in the mediums. But I guess we'll find out.
So we'll do the top 10 finish in order for that qualifying session. Bugs Bunny takes pole position with a 15.1, 4/10 off second place of Apex. Anthony is in third, Jake is in fourth, Lucas is in fifth, sixth is Super Hannum, seventh is Dr. Wolfang, eighth is Amiaguna, ninth is the Sad Pancake, and Boothie is in 10th, and the debutant Kem was in 12th, so he didn't do too bad there.
Looks he wanted to start in the mediums, but just was just down the order a bit. Okay, in the moment of truth, are we rain or are we dry? Oh, sun is splitting. Definitely a dry race.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure about that. No, of course, it is looking pretty likely we'll have a full dry race. It just took a while for some of the drivers to come out. I was hoping too much that it was going to rain, but maybe not. But we might still see quite an exciting race. We still have 16 drivers. Obviously, 2 of them didn't qualify. The 2 Hasses, who will be both starting on the back row somewhere where they're quite used to. Don't really like Haas, so not the Haas team in this. I just mean in general. I don't like
in real life.
Yeah, I don't really like Haas. So. Got no.
I don't even know why. No, it's like their livery's just really boring. They're just not like we know in real life.
It's really
they're not developing the car. Yeah, I think that's one way of putting it for an American team.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get back to not my opinion. We'll get back to what's actually happening in the present. We got the formation lap just starting again. I think Bugs Bunny took pole position last week in Bahrain. That was a very interesting race. I do have to admit. If you watch and haven't watched it, please do check it out from last week. It was
what happened?
A really interesting one. We've got interesting moments going on here.
2 people disqualified?
Yeah, I think that was making contact on the formation lap. So we'll just have a look, Jason, at the tyres that everyone has put on. Obviously got the mediums for Jake, the only man in the top 10. Everyone else on the soft tyres, and then got 4 medium runners from 11th to 14th, and then Tick is on the softs and hard for DxT Senna.
Interesting choice at the hards, because from what I've practiced on this track, the hards are significantly slower than the rest of the tyres, so I don't know. I suppose he's maybe just hoping for a safety car or something. I'm not sure, but oh, what's going on here? That's another collision.
Oh dear. It's Jake and Lucas. They're not going to be too happy for the start of this race, I don't think. So we are just now waiting for.
Oh, someone's run.
Bugs Bunny. We've got another drive. We've got some more chaos happening here on the formation lap. Not a great start from some of these Super Sunday drivers, I have to admit. But we are almost ready to get away. They're about to get on the grid. We've got 33 laps of this Spanish Grand Prix. And we're just going to wait for these 16 drivers to form up on the grid, or 12 drivers who are remaining on their formation laps. I should say, we're just going to wait to see DxT Senna form up on the grid. I'm just waiting for Senna to form up. I think we are ready to go racing. Here we go, we've got the lights going, we've got 4 and 5 red lights. And we're away for round 2 of Super Sunday Racing. And Bugs Bunny has got a good start, and Apex falls behind him into the stream. We've got a Williams looking to the inside, potentially goes to the outside, 3 abreast into turn 1 with the Red Bull. Ferrari goes deep into turn 1. Lucas keeps the position. No, he has spun round all the way to the back. Jake Saber is out of this session. and the two Ferraris are at the back of the field. That's not a great start. Virtual safety car has been deployed. This might change to a safety car. Bit of chaos at turns 1 and 2 at the start. Jake is definitely not going to be happy about that one.
No, and after such an amazing quali as well, just having a look there, Amaguner's got damage to his front wing. He's probably going to box this lap. So a lot of debris into turn 1. The Ferrari's both damaged.
So we got a fucking penalty for Super Hammond from that turn 1 and 2 there. No one else to have penalties just yet. Position changes at the moment. Tick has gained the most with 7 positions up and moved up to 8th place. I said we're still under virtual safety car. It didn't change to safety car. It does sometimes do that now, which I do quite like, I have to admit.
Yeah, that's an element of realism, I suppose, to the game. It's like we've been talking about regularly. The game has become more of a sim now than like a game, I suppose, is the way to put it. But anyone come into the box? Amaguner's in.
Amaguna is in. We're still under virtual safety car. This has been quite a long one. Or are we still under virtual safety car? No, I think it just has ended. Yes, it has. We have got a yellow flag in sector 3. Not sure what that's about. I think we've got a little bit of a funny order of the grid. We've got Super Hammond looking to the inside of the Red Bull there of the Sad Pancake. Still now on the outside towards turn 5. The Red Bull got the inside looking to the switcheroo at turn 5. Doesn't get it done just yet, but he has got good traction out of that corner through turn 6. Bit of wheel-to-wheel contact there. Takes a lot of apex. Squeezes the Sad Pancake out, but they're still side by side. This is getting very aggressive between the two of them, side by side through turn 9, and they're still together. This is epic between the two of them, I must admit. Towards turn 10 they go now, still trying to give enough space just off the curbs, onto the curbs there, and the Mercedes is round. Super Hammond isn't out. I don't think he's got damage, just got on that curb a bit too much, falls down to 9th place. That was a great battle, Jason.
Yeah, unfortunate, like a game we were talking beforehand, that bump at that corner is just, it throws the car so much if you're going on the wrong side of it. Just looking up front though, Bugs Bunny's pulled a bit of a gap on Apex Finley. Oh, nearly lost it coming out of turn 2.
He did. Got Tick moving up, and the Sad Pancake is in another battle now, and they're going through turn 3. Sad Pancake is on the outside, going to have to take the longer route. He's now going to look to the inside, is TikTok into turn 4. As we called him TikTok last week, I'm going to call it him again as he makes the move now, and he's up to 5th place. But no, collision. The Sad Pancake is going to still try and make a move. Super Hammond is out. We're now down to 13 drivers. His killer is out as well. Got a virtual safety car deployed again.
Mr. Basil has no front wing whatsoever. I think that him and Super Hammond came together coming out of the hairpin, maybe? I don't know. But that's going to be surely a full safety car.
It doesn't look like it is going to be. We've got Tick now in 5th place, up 10 positions, and his teammate is up to 8. So the Hasses have really gained on this. We've only got 13 left. Already had 3 out in 3 laps, and we're away again. And DRS is now enabled. I don't think we had it through that third lap with the virtual safety car deployed. Anthony's still on the gearbox of that Mercedes, Jason.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a bit of a battle throughout the race. We seem to have similar pace. Bugs Bunny's just gone though, but is he going to burn his tyres out is the question.
Mr. Basil
Another
is
interesting one. Senna's come up to P8 running the hards. And he's just off the back of that pack, so he seems to be holding fairly decent pace compared to the sophomores.
Just having a look at this battle for 2nd place, with Apex still holding on to that 2nd place. Only 5 tenths separate the two drivers now in the straight. is probably a little bit too short to make a move. We just close up that gap though with the aid of DRS. We'll just see if he can do anything down towards 2-1. It is renowned for being a bit rubbish for overtaking here, and I have to admit, even in game it can be rather difficult with Bugs Bunny setting another fastest lap with an 18.7 there.
I think Anthony's lining up a move here. Is he going to go for it? Yeah. Oh, down the inside. Oh, but I think he backed out. He
did, and we've got another one towards the back. We've got Boothie, and we've got the Haas looking for the inside there. Pulls the dummy, but it didn't phase Boothie. And he's still in 7th position. He's just coasting around turn 3 there. Maybe some of these tyres are already going off, even with these 2 virtual safety cars. So it's a little bit quiet. Bugs Bunny is 2.5 seconds up on 2nd place and looking pretty comfortable if you're looking at the rear wing of Apex Finley with that Williams very close behind him. Is this an homage? Is this a metaphor for we won't talk about metaphors. We've got a yellow flag, and I don't know what that was for exactly, but Senna is now moved up to 7th. Didn't catch that move. I think he got it before the braking zone at the end of that back straight. So we're going to see Tick having a go at Wolfgang here.
That pancakes in.
He's had quite a hard fought battle for the first 6 laps of this race, and he's now into the pits first round to pull that pit stop trigger, and he's going to see if he can make any kind of undercuts on people. Of course, this is quite strategy heavy, this track. Got Tick really closing up, Jason, on Wolfgang.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. I'm just looking at position changes in general. That Haas is up 10 positions in 6 laps.
Both of them are actually now.
Both of them are, yeah. Especially, I'm really interested in the strategy from Senna. He's holding on to those hards pretty well. Like, he's only, 5 seconds off his teammate, which really, considering the tyre compounds, is pretty okay.
There's 2 very close battles going in parallel here, Jason. Battle for 2nd place and a battle for 4th place. Keep an eye out. And Anthony and Wolfgang both pits, and this is going to be the battle of the pit stops. Now, Jason, both battle of the in and out laps.
Yellow in sector 3.
We're down to 12. That's Mr. Basil, who is out of this race. That could cause a safety car to be deployed. Nemvidic is a bit loose on the rear there at turn 10. Almost lost it in the McLaren, but is able to hold on to that position. We're back to normal again now. No yellow flags. Anthony and the Sad Pancake is now coming down the pit straight, and just ahead of him is his teammate Dr. Wolfgang. Is in 6th place. Not doing too bad, but it is pretty quiet out on track at the minute.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see some of these undercuts. Obviously, we were talking about the battle for 2nd and for 4th. So, will Apex box this lap to cover off, or will he just stay out as long as he can and see if he can manage the tyres? Oh, someone's round. Oh, he caught it. Senna almost lost it on the exit. That was so close. But I think he's held on.
Apex has stayed out. Is Tick going to stay out as well? He does on the soft tyres. Both drivers on the soft tyres. Of course, Bugs is now in the pits though. Race leader is in and going to the medium tyres. I think this will be a 2-stop race, Jason, I think.
Yeah, I think ideally if you can get away with it, the 1 stop here, you hold the track position, you're in a really good shape, but I don't know, I think the tyre wears are really quite bad on this track, so I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. It's just the really only decent overtaking spot is into turn 1. So, if you could hold the tires and look after them, go for the one stop, but I think that might be what Apex is trying.
Well, Boothie has just come out of the pits, just behind Amir Guna and Lucas, a German, in the Ferrari. This might be a little battle for ninth place that's about to happen now. Obviously, Boothie looking pretty promising. Someone who isn't looking promising is a Haas driver at the exit of turn 9. It's DxT Senna, who has lost it on those hard tyres. Not sure if he's got damage. I don't think he does. I think he's just got away with that.
Yeah, I said the lap before, he just like bit of the same corner, he just the back end did a bit of a wiggle, but he held it. But obviously this lap, same mistake.
Into the pits comes Tick, and he was fighting with Dr. Wolfgang, so we'll keep an eye on him and see how close together these two drivers come here. And Tick is just out of the pit box. Dr. Wolfgang is just going out of the pits, of course, in one of the last garages. And there is Tick on the pit exit. I think this might be side by side into turn 1 between the two of them. I think Tick has just got it, and he's on the fresh tyres. Chris, aka Dr. Wolfgang, is not going to be happy about that from pitting earlier on.
Oh, that's going to be frustrating for Wolfgang.
So, looking like this might start getting a bit closer. This battle for ninth isn't closing up, it's actually somewhat separating at the minute, which is strange. I think that might be the aid of DRS between Lucas and Amir Guna. So it's a little quiet at the minute. We've got Tick, who's very close to Kevin. This is going to be a battle for 5th place here. Apex is now in the pits. And we'll see where Senna comes out in relation, because he did spin, of course. So this might be pretty close. He's gonna. I think he's going to be in this group with Kem and Tick, who Tick is looking like he's going to overtake him now. With Apex just coming out of the pit exit. There he is. He's just got out ahead of this group, actually. Yellow flag. The McLaren is round, then finished out. We're now down to 11 drivers. Senna is round.
Oh, those hard tyres, they've got to be done by now. Full safety car, full safety car.
Safety car has now been deployed. We've only got 11 drivers left. There's 5 who are out. This game is still, a lot of drivers still find this game pretty tough, I think, Jason.
Yeah, like I say, it's becoming more of a sim now, and I think it's caught a lot of people out. Some people have clicked with it, some people haven't. You know, I think as time goes on, everyone's going to get there eventually, but yeah. Gonna be interesting to see what some, like, obviously Apex is just pit for, I think those are mediums, so is he gonna go on again? Sorry, Apex is on the hards.
So yeah, we're going to see a big round of pit stops. You can see the safety car on the exit at turn 3 just waiting. See Bugs going through. I think we're going to see Anthony come through. I think we're all going to see them all come through. Actually, no. Cam is in to the pits, which you can see what tyres. Everyone.
This is Cam's first stop as well, from what I can tell.
And both Ferraris are in the pits. That's not what Lucas is going to want. The game is still not great with these 5 with these double stacks. Not too bad, to be fair, then. But oh, we've got Bugs who is round. You've got Apex. There's been a, oh my, what has happened?
Big incident. Penalty for Bugs Bunny.
This is Tick, 5 seconds playing for you, yellow flags. Anthony is now in the lead. There's been some chaos. There's still chaos going on.
Still haven't worked out the order, I think. What is... I'm not sure what's going on here. They're all kind of stopping. Wolfang's driving through. There's such a really good position. He's up in the P3. You haven't really been talking about him.
That might be a little bit of an interesting one for the stewards after the race. I think that might have to be looked at. I didn't really see it, but potentially his ticks moved at so many places. I think maybe the Haas driver might have been involved in that in some way. Very strange. I've never seen that before.
No. Ignoring yellow flags would tick. That's the 5-second penalty, but I don't know. It could be an interesting one, like you say, for the stewards after this. I think they could be quite busy after this race so far, to be honest.
So we're on lap 12. Everyone seems to have steadied the ship under the safety car. I must admit, it's been a bit strange. I think we've got the order right now, and obviously Anthony is now leading the race, something he didn't expect. It was just I really wish I'd seen it, to be honest.
Yeah. I think the tyre strategies are also looking pretty interesting too. So, you know, that's a long stint for the mediums. I suppose the guy in the best position really is Apex. He's in 4th place, is on 1 lap old hards. Everyone around him's on the mediums, so if he can hold that 4th place and kind of stay on the back of Wolfang, I think he's going to be in a good position for a win here, really.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to wait and see. I think the safety car is going to be in at the end of this lap. I'm pretty sure of it. We're going to get racing on lap 13 of 20 laps remaining in this race. Anthony right on the gearbox of that safety car. I wonder if he's going to slow up. Some drivers do seem to follow the safety car all the way to the pit entry, but I think Anthony is...
He seems to be doing that. Risky game to play, because then obviously the field gets backed up and then there's some rubber banding effect sort of going on, so still kind of just kind of holding behind it. Tick looks keen to get going. He's lining up an early move here with the looks.
We'll have to wait and see. Safety car is in. Potentially he's going to blast it out of this final corner, and he does. And we're back racing on lap 13 of this Spanish Grand Prix. Tick is still warming his tyres. Didn't get enough tyre temp in that final sector. And just over half a second gain for Anthony there into turn 1. I think there could be some grudge matches going on here, Jason, with those incidents on the safety car, under the safety car.
He looks to be keen here. He's trying to line up a move on Apex.
But he has got the Pancake just behind him in 6th position, and obviously has been quite aggressive at the start of this race. Tick gets a 3-second fine penalty on top of his 5 seconds in that safety car incident, which unfortunately we weren't able to catch. All the drivers really bunched up. Anthony has created a nice gap in this first lap of racing again.
Look at the DRS, and like he doesn't seem to have used much CRS in doing so, so if he can hold this, yeah, he's looking alright.
Let's see what happens in turn 1 here. We see Dr. Wolfang potentially being a bit of a cork in the bottle here, as we see a Red Bull right on the limit there. It's a Pancake. He might try and look for a move on Bugs Bunny. I think they're all pretty close together, obviously no DRS assistance as of yet, so it's going to be a bit harder to make a move into turn 1. As you said, Bugs Bunny, Jason, he's looking pretty feisty for a move here on Apex. He might have a look at turn 5 potentially. No, he's a little bit too far back there.
Yeah, he's going to want to get him out of the way because he knows that Apex is going to the end. And I'm just not sure those mediums are going to hold out for, what, 20 or so laps that are left. And if he does, they're going to be very close to puncture territory.
We had Apex. Sorry, Bugs Bunny just run quite wide through turn 9 now, so trying to get as good a run as possible, but of course having that dirty air to boot with it.
Apex taking defensive lines. I think we could be looking at a move into turn 1 here.
Potentially just some ticks, some Dr. Wolfang, Apex and Bugs Bunny all go through. And DxT Senna goes through into 9th place by the looks of things, and the two Ferraris are going to be fighting at the back of the field. This is for 1 point at the moment, and don't want to be crashing for the constructors. Lucas looking to the inside at turn 1. They're still side by side through turn 1 up towards turn 2, and Senna is round again off his own back. Really unfortunate there for the Haas driver. Bugs, as we were watching before, is now up, and they're still side by side with Apex there. Round turn 5 they go. On the outside is Bugs, and Apex has now got the inside hard versus mediums. He's got a bit more of a break. Oh, and Bugs almost loses it, takes that position. Great driving there from Bugs Bunny to...
Well, hell, that was some... Oh, the back end was not settled at all there.
After all this fighting going on, Dr. Wolfang hasn't made any sort of gains in that 3rd place. Not something he was really hoping for, I think.
Bugs Bunny's now lining up a move on him. He'll have DRS into the first one.
Yeah, he is already. This is impressive, and I think he's going to get the move done pretty quickly. Yeah, there was no challenge there, and that's good breathing space for Apex. Now he's going to come up to tick, as we said. It might be a little bit of a grudge match here because of that safety car incident a few laps ago. Oh, another car is round. Boothie is round. And he's back facing the right way now on those medium tyres. Starting to get a little bit old now, especially with drivers like Anthony actually on 8 laps now. They're going to have to pit again, surely.
Just keeping an eye on Amaguner here. He's on some 13-lap-old hards. They've come a long way this race, so he's surely got to be thinking he's got to stop again.
Yeah, surely. You think so, wouldn't you? He might even try to make a move on the start pancake here. He's on 9-lap-old mediums. I suppose they're pretty much at equal level of age, I suppose.
Yeah. Hold on into turn 1. He should have DRS. Bugs Bunny's hitting the fastest line.
Yeah, almost within that DRS window now. Who is in the DRS window is Amir. Dr. Wolfang is being overtaken by Apex in turn 1. He was in 3rd place at the end of the safety car. Now down to 5th and got his teammate just behind him. But I don't think Chris is going to take that position change likely there. It did look like he was going to try and fight back on Apex, so I think he might try and just stick with him and keep DRS and hold off his teammate. But potentially
he seems to
game
run for a lot of DRS coming off that safety car, so he's going to have to do a little bit of saving. Apex Finley's got almost 50% battery left. He's been saving incredibly well, but just keeping an eye on this battle with Amaguner and Saab Pancake. Amaguner just seems to want to get him out of the way.
Yeah, as I said, the Saab Pancake has had his elbows out all race, and to be fair, Dr. Wolfang is still on the back of Apex here, so we might have a position change into turn 1. We see Bugs Bunny actually, we'll have a look at this first, on the back of Tick now, and he's 5/10 behind with DRS as well. He might try for the lunge at turn 1. We'll have to wait and see. He goes defensive does tit, then moves back to the racing line. That was a bit late.
Oh, Amaguna's down the outside.
He's got the inside now for turn 2, doesn't get the move done. Sad Pancake still stays in position, but gets a time penalty for exceeding track limits there, and essentially you should have given the position back. I would usually say if you've gone all best bet is into turn 1, but he is holding him up. We can see Anthony in the distance. He is on 10 lap old mediums, and surely these guys are going to have to stop again, potentially for another medium set, I would guess.
I think that stop's going to be coming quite soon, realistically. Like, a lot of these tires, you know, after 10 laps, the mediums are rightly gone. Oh, here we go into turn 1, tick.
Without a question now is going to lose that position, and does, and wasn't able to fight back at all. Dr. Wolfgang still on that gearbox of the Mercedes, and looking at that Ineos sponsor very, very much. You might want to invest some shares in it potentially if you stay behind him for too much longer. Got the Sad Pancake just ahead of Amir Gunas still, and I think it's really frustrating the Aston Martin driver. He's still going to have to pit. I think they're both going to have to pit, so this might be a battle to the very end between these two. So Chris, Dr. Wolfgang, is still half a second behind Apex. And Apex on those hard tyres as well, and not been able to get away just yet.
No. I suppose the advantage he has is he knows he doesn't have to push, because he probably can get those tyres to the end, but the penalties on the guys in front are going to hold them back. We know Tech is at least 8 seconds.
Quick look at that, actually. Yeah, 8 seconds, 3 seconds for Bugs, and 3 seconds for Sad Pancake.
You know, Apex is in a pretty good shape. So is Anthony, to be fair. He's got the clean air, he's just pushing. Well.
Oh, sorry, Amir Guna and Sad Pancake is still fighting for that position. Amir Guna is on the outside now, taking the Fernando Alonso line, and he's going to try and make this move stick. We're not going to see a Rosberg Hamilton into turn 4, are we? No. Still side by side for these two around turn 4. Long way round for Amir Guna. Now got the short way round for turn 5. Gets that move done. Shuts the door on the Red Bull driver, but crucially not going to have DRS on to this next straight. So this might be another position change in a few seconds time. Dr. Wolfgang right on the back of Apex as well. It's all starting to kick off on lap 20. Still so surprised, Jason, Dr. Wolfgang is that close behind Apex. No offence to him, but I did think Apex would have started getting away a little bit.
Yeah, his tyres are done. He's no ERS. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how he's done it. In fact, potentially looking to move here for P3.
Yeah, maybe. And we'll have a
He
look
is.
now.
He's going for it.
Looks to the inside, goes down the inside, gets it later on the brakes, much later on the brakes. That was a comfortable move. And Anthony, our race leader, is in the pits, just coming out the pits now, just behind the Ferrari of Ken, and moved all the way down to 9th place. But yeah, Chris now into the top 10. Got a Ferrari who has an issue there potentially. Got any damage? No, I think he just had a minor mistake there, but it's able to get back on track. And Sad Pancake still right behind Amir Gunas. So that fight's still going along with the drivers just ahead of him of Apex and Dr. Wolfgang, the two closest battles on track, and both Red Bulls are in these battles at the minute. I don't know about you, Jason. I'm pretty impressed with Dr. Wolfgang's pace at the minute.
Genuinely, I don't know how he's doing it. Like, his tyres are so much older than Apex is on 10 lap old hards. He's on 13 lap old mediums. Like, at this point, you've got to be starting to. You'd expect them to drop off. Oh, someone's in the pits. Apex has come in. No.
Bugs Bunny
Sad
and
Pancake.
Sad Pancake have both come in to the pits. You see the Red Bull just having a change of tyres. Now goes on to another set of mediums, so that'll be him to the end of the race with 10 laps to go. Potentially I'd have gone for
Anthony up inside of Ferrari in the turn. Oh, it's close.
It's very close, and Anthony gets the position done. I think it was just about on the limit of fair there.
Anthony's got himself a penalty there. Speeding in the pit lane. He's a 5-second penalty.
He's looking to the inside of the Ferrari driver of Kerman, gets that move done. Great last second lunge there to get that move done, and the Alpine is up to 7th and got Anthony just ahead of him where they were before. These two were leading this race. Tick still needs to pit. He's still got the battle between Anthony and Dr. Wolfgang. Sorry, Apex and Dr. Wolfgang going on.
I think we could just see in a box from Dr. Wolfgang here.
Oh, and a yellow flag. That's a Haas again. Senna really not enjoying this circuit. Comes on the track, gets a front wing damage there. Don't know where he's gonna come out. Maybe in last place, but we have got the Tick and Dr. Wolfgang who have now pitted. Amir Guna goes through, Apex goes through. Senna is out of this race. That might cause a safety car. Oh, sorry, there's a battle into turn 1 between Anthony and Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny goes through into 3rd place now. Now down to 10 drivers with 9 laps to go in this race. Sorry, Jason, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying that I think there was a bit of lag actually. It looked like Dr. Wolfgang jumped Tick in the pit lane. I think he was serving his penalty. But from what I can see now, he's comfortably behind him. Oh my goodness, gotta be thinking about pitting 20 lap old hards. Although we've seen it before, he's took the cars to absolute extreme length and won a race, so...
I think between this top 7 or... yeah, top 7, it might start getting a little bit tasty, Jason, for the last few laps of this race.
Couple of different strategies to play out here to see what happens. Bugs Bunny is pushing crazy, but Anthony's going to make a move on him, I think. And he nearly thought about it, but he thought better.
He did eventually think better of it. Bugs Bunny is still in 3rd place, and Apex is leading this race on the hard tyres. Surely Amir is going to have to pit. Bugs is going to catch him eventually. But is Amir going to go on the soft tyres? Because that'll make it pretty interesting. See if he can make any sort of position changes. And if he is going to do that, he needs to do that about now, I think.
Realistically, yeah. I'm just looking at the gaps though behind him. He's going to come out into a lot of traffic if he goes now, but that situation's only going to get worse. He's got to think about it now. Or go to the end, but that's a big ask on those tyres.
Yeah, I think he's got more to lose by not pitting, to be honest now. I think his tyres are just a little bit too...
Nope.
Oh no, he's not, he's staying out. We'll have a look for one more lap. Next lap will probably be his last chance, but he's just not going to have enough laps left to make any places up. That's going to be the problem.
Realistically, looking at the advantage of going under the sauce at this stage, you know, most of the guys are on fresh medium, so it's not going to be that much of an advantage for long. But I suppose now's the time to pull the trigger, if at all. I'd love to see his tyre wear right now.
Yeah, it would. I would be pretty interested to see that as well. The graphic does come up on the odd occasion on this game now, but I haven't seen it as of yet. I've seen it on other people's streams, so we'll have to wait and see if we do ever get it. But yeah, Amir Guna's tyres, they must be. They've got to be towards the end of their life, surely. Just seeing Tick and Dr. Wolfgang very close together, or they were actually, and Chris has just ducked out of DRS range? I think he did.
McGinner's still going.
I think his plan's to go to the end now, but it's just going to be such a tall order. I suppose Bugs Bunny isn't making up incredible gains as yet.
I don't think he gained much time that lap. You'd be thinking at this stage you're talking maybe a second and a half a lap, but it's been staying around that 7.3 second mark for quite a while now. Which maybe isn't the worst strategy actually.
Very interesting. We'll have to just keep an eye on it. Maybe the hard tyres are just working really well on this circuit, but not 100%. Not 100% sure about that. We've still got this quite close battle for 5th place. See if Dr. Wolfgang can sort of start to catch up. We thought it might get quite interesting towards the end of this race, but at the moment it's not looking too busy for any action yet. Anthony's still quite close.
Oh, takes round. Oh, he lost it in the exit of the corner.
Oh, and now Chris, he's with Chris, and Dr. Wolfgang has been hit, and that might cause a safety car towards the end of this race. That was just really unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. And Tick is round as well. Don't know if he's going to try and get going again. Maybe he was waiting a second to try and see if a safety car would come out, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. It's worth staying in the race though, because only 10 left. You are still going to get points.
Oh, it's going to be heartbreaking for Dr. Wolfgang. He was looking so good. Just unfortunate luck at the end of the day, but that would have been a safety car there. Would be brilliant for Amaguner. give him a brilliant opportunity.
So in the pits comes Dr. Wolfgang, and he's on a change of tyres. He is staying in this race, I think, due to obviously going to gain some form of points. Boothie has gone through. He may catch Boothie at the very end, but he has gone on to medium tyres, on 16 lap old medium tyres, weirdly.
I don't think he meant to do that. Surely he meant to put the softs on. See, to be fair, the position he's in, he's not going to lose. He might as well pit again, realistically. Put on the fresh softs, go for the fastest laps. Oh,
Tick is round again, and had a bit of an incident there. Not really having the best races yet, I'd say. Bit of a shame he had such a great start, and then after the safety car it sort of all went horribly wrong. He's still not lost his front wing though, amazingly. He's got rather lucky about that one. We've got Anthony still not making the gains I think he thought he would make. Amaguna is 100% going to the end now.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for him to pit unless he gets a puncture, which I would not be surprised.
After 23 laps on these tyres, Tick is in the pits. I think he's going to retire from the race. Doesn't see why though, because he would have got points.
Oh, Dr. Wolfgang's in, he's surely going for the softs.
He should go for the softs and try and snatch that fastest lap. He'll get 3 points. So it is well worth it as he does go onto the soft tyres now. He's corrected his mistake. But he will still get the fastest lap. He is about to be lapped though by the front runners. Got Bugs Bunny just starting to catch up a little bit more. You can see Chris coming out the pits now. He's going to be shown blue flags, I think. Yeah, he does. He's smart. He just gets out of the way.
Oh,
Amaguna's got a time penalty. That's not what he wanted. Bugs Bunny is going to be pretty happy about that with a time penalty himself. We'll have a look at that actually quickly. He's got 6 seconds actually. We should have checked that. So Apex is looking pretty comfortable now.
Oh, it's running wide. Amaguna must be struggling now. I'm noticing a lot of errors.
Yeah,
Bugs
he
Bunny
might have,
drained that gap into something fierce.
well, he needs to get a move done very, very quickly and start gaining that 3-second gap he needs with a few laps to go. It is possible when he gets a bit of free air, especially with how much Amir is struggling.
Just another point of notice, Amagunner's actually reining in Apex Finley by around 2-3 tenths a lap at this point. Bugs Bunny could be on for a win here if he keeps going.
But Apex has no penalties, but Bugs Bunny is going to look to the inside and take that second place on the road. He hasn't got it just yet. He needs to start creating a gap. That's exactly what he wanted. And he's got 4 laps to do it. Let's see if Anthony can start making up places. The problem is now Dr. Wolfang is on those soft tyres and is within his rights to unlap himself. So this is going to get very interesting. But he's going to have to do it really, really cleanly, I think, here, Jason. Oh, Amir is almost round, and I think he is going to get that move done now. He's definitely got the right to do that there, but he doesn't. It's just that uncertainty there. I think he might be getting shown blues as soon as he goes through, so now he's really compromising his own race. This is the bit of an issue when you put fresh tyres on when you've been blue flagged.
Yeah, frustrating. I think Bugs Bunny's just got the RS in Apex. He does.
He does. He's making significant gains. I don't think he can make 6 seconds worth of gains. He just took that fastest lap as well. We'll see what Dr. Wolfang does here. He does go past Amir, but is he going to be shown the blues? We'll have a look on the boards on the right hand side. He hasn't been shown it yet. I think he gets a few seconds to create that gap, but it's not very long. He's just taken the fastest first sector, and he is starting to get away from Amir actually. We're seeing this battle for first place. We've got 2 and a bit laps to go now, and Bugs Bunny is right on the, as Jason said, right on the gearbox here for turn 9. This is a bit of a sketchy place to be right on the tail end of your opponent. Looks to the inside, doesn't do anything about it just yet. Got a few corners until the next DRS straight. You can just see the grip in the tyres are so much more optimal than that Mercedes in front.
If he wants to pull that gap, he has to get the move done now. I'm fairly confident he will, but pulling 6 seconds in 2 laps. I don't know, he's got pace, but I think if Apex keeps it clean here, he's got it.
I think that's kind of why he didn't fight it. Dr. Wolfang is retired from this session. Why did he do that? He would have got points.
Yeah, I don't.
With 1 and a bit laps to go. It's a bit strange, but we'll just concentrate on this battle for the lead. He will pull a gap, but is he going to pull enough of a gap? He's got 1.5 laps to get this done, and I think maybe 3 seconds might have been doable. I think 6 seconds is a bit too much of a tall order.
More yellows in sector 1. Not sure what that's for.
I think that was Lucas. He's gained a second. He's got 5 to go with a lap and a third to go. I'm not a betting man, but if I was to bet on this, I'd put my money on Apex, I do have to admit.
Yeah, I think he's going to need a rocket ship to get that lap time, but
Bugs takes the fastest lap as well. Not sure where he's going to end up, to be fair. It's going to be close for that second place, I think. If he doesn't pull out that gap, and I really don't think so. He could have pulled out the 3. But of course, he did get that 3 second into the safety car, and he might appeal that after the race.
yeah, I mean, there was obviously a lot of stewards' inquiries. I think it's going to come into this race, so really the penalties could make a lot of a difference. I suppose Bugs Bunny's just thinking, get the 3 seconds, maybe appeal the other one, see what happens, because he's almost got it.
He is at 2.1 now. I mean, Guna's got a 3-second time penalty. That's not what he wanted. I think that's going to leave him in a 3rd place. He has got Anthony just behind him, and he's got 8 seconds though, so he's looking...
But it's the one from the safety car so likely to be appealed. So that could be an interesting discussion after the race.
2.6, 2.5. I don't think he's even going to get enough with the appeal. If he does appeal that time penalty, 2.8,
just there.
2.7 is Apex, and Bugs Bunny crosses the line to win for the time being. Doesn't take the win. 3.2 was the gap. He didn't have enough anyway, so I think he's going to take that 2nd place. Amir Guna goes into 3rd place. And Apex Finley wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Cam is going to come in 5th place for his first race, I think, and that was not too bad. We only had 8 drivers who finished. I think we just need to wait, give it some time for some of these drivers to get used to the format of 21. It is a bit different. See Lucas crossing the line in. Oh, and he's now out of the race after the checker. We're just seeing Boothie come round the final 4 corners of this race. I have to admit, wasn't the most exciting, but it never really is at Spain. We've got it out of the way at round 2 and crosses the line to finish in 8th place. The Ferrari sat round in the wrong direction.
Ken getting driver of the day.
Well, the game is giving Kem driver of the day. We'll have driver of the day. We'll just talk about that actually quickly. Who do we think? I'm thinking...
Me? I have to give it to Almaguner. 32 laps in those hards, just kept it consistent. A couple of penalties near the end, but I'll put that down to the tyre wear, honestly. So he's my driver. So
we'll go for Amir Guna for one of the choices for the drivers, and we'll have to go for Kem as well, I think. And then probably say Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, he had a pretty feisty comeback. Apex Finley's another consideration. He just stuck to his strategy, kept it right. They got, he pulled it off well. There's a couple of drivers there deserving of it, definitely.
Right. Well, we'll have a chat about that. We'll go through the final running in this race. Apex takes the win here at the Spanish Grand Prix. 2nd was Bugs Bunny. Amir Guna was in 3rd. 4th was Anthony. Kem was in 5th. 6th was the Sad Pancake. Lucas was in 7th. Boothie 8th. 9th and DNF'd was Dr. Wolfgang. TikTok DNF'd. 11th Senna DNF. Nem Vidic in 12th. DNF 13th. Mr. Basil Super Hammond was in 14th, and also DNF Killer was in 15th. 16th was Jake Saber, who DNF'd at turn 2 after that great qualifying performance. So anyway, Jace, thanks for being with me tonight. I will be getting off on this Sunday evening. For tomorrow, we're at Belgium, we're at Spa-Francorchamps for round 3 now, isn't it? Round 3 of Spa. And on Tuesday, we're going to Mexico. And next week, in Sunday, we're going to be at Monaco already. That's it's very early on in this season.
It's going to be an interesting one for a lot of drivers because the game, still getting used to the game. The curbs are ruthless. That's going to be an exciting one to say the least.
It definitely is. Anyway, thanks, Jace, for being with me tonight. I hope you didn't hate it too much.
My pleasure.
Anyway, so yeah, tomorrow night, Belgian Grand Prix at 7:30. UK time, so that'll be with me on my own lead. Still not back with me. Bit sad, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll do it on our own. And on Tuesday, of course, you've got Justin for the Mexican Grand Prix. So please check that out and check out last week's streams, and obviously Sundays from last week was a cracker. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the videos. Races Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. Anyway, it's goodbye from me and from Jason. Thanks.